All right, I'll allow it.
Hurts. Yeah, a blinding hurt. It was like somebody had hit me in the back of the head with a 2x4.
He just started smashing things. He picked up something on the table and threw it right into the glass cabinet. He hit with his hand a wall sconce. He cleared the tabletop on the little fold down.
Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence. And
yes.
It's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
Cruel. And then I was shown a picture of what the problem was.
So there was a number of incidents of sexual violence reported in this relationship. Those are documented early on in Dr. Bonnie Jacobs' notes, where when Mr. Depp was drunk or high, he threw her on the bed, ripped off her nightgown, and tried to have sex with her.
He ripped my dress, the top part of my dress. I had just dyed this thing myself, pink, and
You're going to see who the real Johnny Depp is. Behind the red carpets, behind the fame, behind the money, behind the pirate costumes.
Depp and Heard's scandal may have come to light just recently, but did you know Johnny has been signaling about her violent nature way before that? The actor tried to give the world a peek into his marriage with Amber Heard, and now that the case is in full swing, it all makes so much more sense. Let's have a look. Back in 2018, Amber Heard claimed Johnny was abusive, and that went on to destroy the man's life and taking his livelihood away. After the next 4 years, things started coming out, and it's been revealed that Johnny might not only be innocent amid all the claims, but also the fact that it was Heard who was violent and, dare I say it, the crazy one in the relationship. As Johnny started speaking about his relationship matters publicly, it became clear that he had been setting hints, and that he was the one who was subjected to abuse at the hands of Amber Heard. Let's start off with number 7, the Bruises. We all know about the time Depp sued the Sun newspaper for libel after they published a false article that called the actor a wife-beater. Despite having plenty of evidence to prove his innocence, the UK High Court ruled favoring the billionaire-owned media empire. It was later found out that the judge who oversaw the case was close friends with the Murdoch family, and his own son was a colleague of the person who wrote the slanderous piece on Johnny Depp. He also had close ties with Amber Heard. Pictures of Heard with a bruised face were uploaded by The Sun, which now has been debunked as fake. There's a 10-minute video explaining that the editors photoshopped the picture to make the bruises look worse. And how true are those bruises? We'll get to that part in a minute. Photos of her hours after the alleged assault show her without makeup and without a single bruise. But why would The Sun have to edit the photos Amber Heard sent them? To make them more believable? To garner more sympathy for her? These are questions that should have been asked. Depp was begging to be heard, no pun intended, but it's better late than never. Number 6, showing Dakota the finger. This is probably the first time there was some hint of violence in Heard and Depp's marriage, and it was Dakota Johnson who noticed it first. The duo, who worked together in Black Mass, attended Venice Film Festival back in 2015, where Depp's injured finger caught the eye of the 50 Shades of Grey star. In the clip, the actress instantly inquires about the finger before bursting into laughter as Johnny shrugs it away with a cheeky joke. Fans point out a still unconvinced Johnson decides to sit back and not ask further questions. If you look closely, Depp's hand also seems to be shaking when he tries to move it close to his face. If you don't know the context, recently it has come to light that Depp and Heard had a huge fight in 2015 in Depp's Australia home. Heard allegedly threw glass bottles towards Depp, which ended up severing his finger. That is what Johnson was inquiring about. She knew. Number 5, the PI's confession. Back in 2020, Amber Heard hired a notorious private investigator to dig up any dirt possible on Depp amid their ongoing bitter legal battle. She was desperate to win this case because she knew she wouldn't survive otherwise, especially when her case was built on lies. Former adult film star turned Hollywood fixer Paul Barisi was hired by Heard's legal team to find people who have been physically or even verbally abused by Depp. Barisi has worked for the likes of Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Eddie Murphy. But he said he couldn't find anyone who had a bad word to say against Depp, even after interviewing over 100 people across the US and Europe. The people included everyone, even people Depp had worked with on films dating back 30 years ago. Number 4. The eye roll. This next video is going to shock you. During the case's deposition, there's a movement that should have put all eyes on Amber Heard, but she was ignored here too. In video footage, Heard looks increasingly uncomfortable, fidgeting, smirking, and chewing on snacks as her confession is played back to a room full of lawyers. At one point, Heard smirks, rolls her eyes, and nibbles on cookies as she's forced to listen to herself admit on tape that she clocked Depp in the face. Her reaction is similar to that of a psychopath. Despite her denials, Depp supporters say the audio is just one of several taped confessions that prove Heard was the domestic abuser throughout the doomed union, contrary to her claims. Number 3. No one will believe you. During the trial, a recording was played that was nothing short of a surprise to everyone. At the start of the clip, you can hear Johnny talking about how he lost a finger. Then Amber Heard appears to tell her ex-husband that no one will believe him if he tells the world that she abused him. The clip says,
Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence. And
Yes.
it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
honestly, it seems to me that she knew the world was going to side with her without listening to both sides of the argument. But what Heard didn't think about was the fact that she was being recorded. Hard evidence like this opens a lot of doors for the truth to finally come out, and it finally has. Amber explains that she only went further than Johnny to defend herself from him. He is bigger and stronger, and her using objects to defend herself because their fights are not fair. She said a judge and jury would not believe that her use of objects would be considered abuse. Number 2. Amber Heard's parents. A lot of things have been revealed over the past couple of weeks. A decent amount of evidence has been brought forward by both sides, but there's one thing that people just didn't expect. Heck, even Amber didn't accept it herself, and that's her parents' support for Johnny Depp. Yes, you heard that right. Being the absolute gentleman he is, Depp instantly became Amber's mother, Paige Heard's favorite. She used to call him son in outlaw, which is a play on words. Even in this case, Heard's parents are siding with Depp because they don't believe Depp did the things that Heard has claimed, especially the abuse part. A text message from Heard's mother sent to Depp explained to the Pirates of the Caribbean star that the restraining order filed by their daughter a few years ago was done not willingly or happily. It was the lawyer's decision to take the required measurements against him. Amber's mother still calls him son and tells him that she loves him. This casts special doubts on Amber's allegations against the famous actor. And number 1, the fake bruise. At last, we're going back to the bruise that Heard claimed she received after Depp hit her. As already explained, the bruises in this picture posted by The Sun are photoshopped. During the trial recently, more evidence against Heard came to light when police officers gave this statement. This was a 911 call that Amber made back in 2016 against Depp. It was just 6 days before she got the restraining order against him. During Officer Tyler Haddon's deposition, he said Amber was uncooperative when he arrived at the couple's apartment, and there were no signs of any injury. He said, "Just because I see a female with pink cheeks and pink eyes doesn't mean something happened." Another officer who responded to the same call had the same views. His name was Officer Gatlin. So 2 different officers had the same view on Amber's alleged injuries. During the trial, Heard's lawyer said she used Milani Cosmetics' conceal kit to hide the bruises. Milani itself also debunked this statement by posting a short video on TikTok, explaining that the Milani Cosmetics Conceal and Perfect All-in-One Correcting Kit did not launch until December 2017. This shows clear discrepancies in Heard's claims. I don't know about y'all, but I am just finding her crazy with a capital C. Do you think the bruises on her face were real? And what new evidence will come up next in this dramatic case? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We'll keep updating you on these two because this is just getting started.